Scotland's Humza Yousaf has been sworn in as First Minister, making history as the first Muslim leader, not just in Scotland, but in any Western democracy. The 37-year-old is now Keeper of the Scottish Seal after taking the oath of office and pledging allegiance to the King. He becomes the nation's youngest First Minister since the Scottish Parliament was created. Lawmakers had voted to confirm his position yesterday, a day after he secured a narrow victory as leader of the governing Scottish National Party. He succeeds Nicola Sturgeon, Scotland's longest-serving First Minister, who held the position for more than 8 years. Mr Yousaf, who will pick his first cabinet appointments later, has vowed to rejuvenate efforts towards Scottish independence. Polls suggest around 45% of Scots back that bid. For more on this, Ollie Barrett joins us live. He is in London. Ollie, a significant victory for Mr Yousaf, but what do we know about his ability to win over the wider Scottish electorate?
He's got a very difficult job on his hands in that regard, not just because actually this was a very close race within the SNP. He really didn't win it by a very large margin, so he is leading a divided party in many ways, but also the polling actually ahead of his victory suggested that even if he won, among the wider Scottish electorate, so not just SNP voters but Scots as a whole, he was less popular, according to some polls, than some of his rivals in that race. So he certainly has a difficult job on his hands, winning over the broader Scottish electorate. He also has a job on his hands reuniting the SNP, which has been beset by a number of controversies recently and a very divisive leadership campaign as well. But a lot of people have been remarking on the fact that now that he has been sworn in, it means that for the first time ever, the UK has a British Asian Scottish First Minister, a British Asian Prime Minister in the UK, for the UK here in London, in Rishi Sunak, and a British Asian Mayor of London in Sadiq Khan as well, all at the same time.
It is remarkable, Ollie. Mr Yousaf has also said that we will be the generation that delivers independence for Scotland. He's promised to spare no efforts towards that bid. What are his chances of success, though?
Again, that looks very difficult for him as things stand right now. He takes over from Nicola Sturgeon, who in many ways has been a wildly successful political leader, winning election after election after election in Scotland by significant margins, but never able to deliver Scottish independence in the way that she would have liked. Of course, the SNP, one of its founding missions is to become independent from the rest of the United Kingdom, and the SNP has never been able yet to achieve that. The polling suggests that actually in recent weeks and months, support for independence may have been falling rather than rising. And you add that to the fact that at the moment, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak here in London is saying that he wouldn't grant a new independence referendum anyway. That does make Humza Yousaf's job in that regard very difficult indeed. But as you were saying, he is promising to intensify his efforts in that direction, certainly not sounding like a man who doesn't think he can deliver independence as First Minister.
He certainly believes he can. Ollie, thank you very much for that. Ollie Barrett there in London.